Welcome back to our Time Travel Clock channel. Today we explore famous music stars and the secrets that hide their homosexuality. Find out in today's video. Sam Smith, the British singer-songwriter known for their soulful voice and heart-wrenching ballads, has been a vocal advocate for LGBTQ+ rights throughout their career. In 2019, Smith came out as non-binary and has since used their platform to raise awareness about gender identity and expression. Smith's openness about their journey of self-discovery, combined with their chart-topping hits, has made them one of the most visible non-binary figures in pop music today. Their bravery and honesty continue to challenge societal norms, helping to create a more inclusive and accepting world. George Michael, one of the defining pop stars of the 1980s and 1990s, spent much of his career in the closet, fearing the backlash that might come from being openly gay. His public outing in the late 1990s was not by choice, but it marked a significant turning point in his life and career. After coming out, Michael became an outspoken advocate for LGBTQ+ rights and used his platform to fight for equality. Despite the challenges he faced, his music continued to soar, and his unapologetic embrace of his true self made him a hero to many in the queer community. Lil Nas X, the breakout star of Old Town Road, shattered boundaries and genres with his viral hit. But it wasn't just his music that made waves. After achieving international success in 2019, Lil Nas X decided to use his platform to publicly come out as gay, a bold and brave move in a world that often marginalizes LGBTQ+ voices. His unapologetic approach to his identity was further showcased in his provocative and deeply personal music videos like Montero, Call Me By Your Name, and Industry Baby. Both celebrated queer love and identity in ways rarely seen in mainstream music. From a shy kid running a Nicki Minaj fan account to a fearless, genre-defying artist, Lil Nas X has paved the way for greater LGBTQ+ visibility, showing that success doesn't require hiding who you truly are. Clay Aiken captured America's heart on American Idol with his soulful voice and charming Southern personality. But behind his public persona, Aiken was struggling with a secret. For years, despite his growing fame, he kept his sexuality hidden, fearing backlash and rejection. It wasn't until 2008, after the birth of his son, that Aiken finally came out as gay in an emotional interview. He shared that the experience of becoming a father gave him the strength to live authentically, stating that he could not raise a child in a world where honesty and truth were not upheld. His bravery not only endeared him further to his fans, but also made him a symbol of courage for others who might be facing similar struggles. Few rock stars embraced controversy and pushed boundaries quite like Lou Reed. As the frontman of the Velvet Underground and a successful solo artist, Reed was known for exploring taboo topics in his music, including drug use, alternative lifestyles, and sexual fluidity. While he never explicitly labeled his sexuality, Reed was known to have had relationships with both men and women throughout his life. His 1972 hit, Walk on the Wild Side, was a bold ode to queer and transgender figures in Andy Warhol's Factory, and it remains one of the most iconic queer anthems in rock history. Reed's enigmatic persona and refusal to conform to societal expectations made him a rebellious icon who left an indelible mark on both music and culture. Having watched this far, you probably have a lot of questions in your head, right? Don't hesitate to leave us a positive comment party below the video and write your feelings below. We are always listening to you. As the lead singer of REM, Michael Stipe's introspective lyrics and distinctive voice made him an alternative rock icon. Yet, despite his fame, Stipe kept his personal life closely guarded for much of his career. In the 1990s, he began to open up about his sexuality, describing himself as queer and refusing to fit into any one label. In a 2004 interview, he revealed that he preferred men, but had relationships with women in the past, making his identity a fluid and evolving part of who he was. Stipe's courage to live authentically and without labels resonated with many, particularly those who found themselves somewhere in the gray areas of sexuality. His legacy is one of artistic freedom and personal exploration, inspiring generations of musicians and fans alike. Pete Townshend, the creative force behind The Who, sent shockwaves through the music world in 1990 when he appeared to come out as bisexual in an interview. "I know how it feels to be a woman because I am a woman," he declared, leading to years of speculation about his sexuality. However, Townshend later clarified that his comments were more metaphorical than literal, and he had meant to express his deep empathy for his gay friends. Still, his statement and openness about exploring gender fluidity challenged norms and sparked conversations about sexual identity in rock music. Regardless of how fans interpreted his words, Townshend's willingness to defy expectations and embrace ambiguity cemented his status as a rock pioneer. Frank Ocean's deeply soulful music has always carried an air of vulnerability, but it wasn't until 2012 that he revealed just how personal his songs truly were. Before the release of his critically acclaimed album Channel Orange, Ocean published a heartfelt open letter on Tumblr, in which he shared that his first love was a man. This confession shook the music world, particularly within the R&B and hip-hop communities, where discussions of queer identity had often been marginalized. Ocean's revelation was a powerful moment of transparency, and it paved the way for greater acceptance of LGBTQ+ voices in genres where such identities had long been silenced. His music continues to push boundaries, blending introspection with a unique sound that transcends traditional R&B. David Bowie was the ultimate chameleon, an artist who reinvented himself with each new era of his career. From Ziggy Stardust to the Thin White Duke, Bowie's personas were as fluid and transformative as his music. But behind the glam rock facade was a man who often played with notions of sexuality and gender. In 1972, Bowie famously declared himself as gay in an interview, though he later retracted the statement, calling it the biggest mistake I ever made. Despite this, Bowie's androgynous stage presence and open attitude towards bisexuality made him a trailblazer for queer visibility in rock. He blurred the lines between masculinity and femininity, real and performance, inspiring countless others to embrace their true selves without fear. Leonard Bernstein was one of the greatest composers and conductors of the 20th century, known for his work on West Side Story and his contributions to classical music. However, for much of his life, Bernstein kept his homosexuality hidden, maintaining a public image as a devoted husband and father. It wasn't until later in his life that Bernstein finally embraced his identity, coming out to those closest to him. His dual identity, both as a musical genius and a man grappling with societal expectations, adds another layer of depth to his legacy. Bernstein's ability to transcend both personal and professional boundaries solidified his place as one of the most influential figures in American music. Known for his witty lyrics and sophisticated melodies, Cole Porter's songs charmed audiences throughout the 20th century. But beneath the glamour of his public persona, Porter led a more complex private life. Though he was married to a woman for many years, Porter is widely believed to have been gay, and many of his most famous love songs are said to contain hidden references to his true feelings. His coded lyrics allowed him to express emotions that he could not otherwise share publicly, making his music all the more poignant. Porter's contributions to both Broadway and popular music are legendary, but his quiet rebellion against societal norms is equally important. Lance Bass was one of the biggest heartthrobs of the late 90s, thanks to his role as the bass singer for NSYNC. But as millions of fans fawned over the boy band star, Bass was grappling with a secret that he kept from the public for years. He was gay. After NSYNC disbanded, rumors about his sexuality began to swirl. But it wasn't until 2006 that Bass finally came out in an exclusive interview with People magazine. His announcement was met with overwhelming support, and Bass has since become a vocal advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, using his platform to promote acceptance and equality. Elton John has long been a larger-than-life figure in both the music world and LGBTQ+ community. Though he initially came out as bisexual in the 1970s, it wasn't until years later that he fully embraced his identity as a gay man. His colorful stage presence, flamboyant outfits, and openly gay lifestyle broke down barriers in the music industry and beyond. With hits like Rocket Man and Tiny Dancer, John has not only provided the soundtrack to countless lives, but also become a beacon of hope for LGBTQ+ people everywhere. His legendary career continues to inspire, and his activism has made a lasting impact on the fight for equality. Ricky Martin was a global sensation in the late 90s, captivating audiences with his Latin pop hits and charismatic performances. But behind the scenes, Martin was living a double life, hiding his sexuality from the public out of fear of rejection. In 2010, after years of speculation, Martin bravely came out as gay in an emotional statement on his website, where he shared his truth with the world. His decision to come out marked a turning point in his career, as it allowed him to live authentically and serve as a role model for LGBTQ+ individuals around the globe. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to leave us a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, don't forget to leave us positive comments. See you in the next video.